Hey guys, it's Sarah Beth, and welcome to the 30-minute back bending yoga practice. We'll begin an extended child's pose at the back of your mat with your knees wide and arms out long in front of you. Find a place where you can relax and take a few deep breaths. Rise up into a tabletop on your hands and knees. Then inhale to reach your right arm up to the ceiling, and exhale to thread the needle. Reach your right arm underneath and through until you're lying down on your right shoulder and ear. Feel free to stay here, or add a half bind by wrapping your left arm up and around your lower back. Deepen your breath. Ground your left hand down into the mat and inhale to de-thread the needle. Reach your right arm up. Exhale, come back to tabletop. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle. Breathe deep and slow, and take the bind if you did on the other side. Ground your right hand down and inhale to de-thread the needle. Reach your left arm up. Exhale, come back to tabletop with strong hands. Next, full inhale, find cow pose. Drop your belly and lift your chin. As you exhale, take downward facing dog. Curl your toes under and send your hips high. Right away, inhale back to cow pose. Drop the knees, drop the belly. Then exhale, child's pose. Just let your hips sink down to your heels. One breath, one movement, keep it slow. Inhale, cow pose. Rise up, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, down dog. Press it back. As you inhale, take cow pose. And then exhale, child's pose. Hips down. One more time. Find cow pose, big breath in, then down dog as you exhale. Inhale back to cow pose. Exhale, child's pose. One more time in cow pose. And then take downward facing dog, hold, and breathe as you wiggle around to settle in. Next inhale, look up and bend your knees. As you exhale, step your feet behind your wrists at the top of your mat. Interlace your hands behind your lower back for a chest expansion. Bend the knees so you can fold deeply as you press your knuckles up to the ceiling. Breathe into the juicy stretch you feel in your shoulders and chest, as well as your hamstrings. Release your hands and toe heel your feet back together to touch. Bend your knees, tuck your chin, and very slowly unroll all the way up to standing. Take a few shoulder rolls at the top. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, then down your back, just a couple of times. And then for Samastitihi, bring your hands to heart center, gently close the eyes, soften your shoulders, and stand tall through the crown of your head. Heart openers and back bends require a willingness to be vulnerable and a little uncomfortable. But in return, you'll finish feeling stronger, happier, and full of love and gratitude. Let this practice be exactly what it needs to be for you today. Gently blink your eyes open and find mountain pose with your arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, reach your right arm back and left arm forward. Twist open through your shoulders and activate through your fingers. Next inhale, come back to mountain pose, both arms up. Then exhale, open arm to the left, reach your left arm back, right arm forward, and stretch across your upper back. Inhale back to mountain pose. As you exhale, forward fold. Lead with your chest and hinge at your hips. Next is halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins and think cow pose. Drop your belly and extend your heart forward. Breathe in. As you breathe out, plant your hands and step your feet back into a high plank or modified high plank, then slowly lower all the way down to your belly for low cobra. Zip your legs together and press the tops of your feet into the mat. At the same time, peel your chest up and let your hands hover so you're really working your back muscles. Then release. Press up and back into downward facing dog. And let's try one breath, one movement. On your next inhale, look up, bend the knees. Exhale, step your feet to touch at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, stand tall, mountain pose. Then exhale to open arm twist to the right, reach your right arm back. Inhale, back to mountain pose. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, long breath in. Then exhale, find your plank and lower down to your belly in a quick but mindful transition for low cobra. Inhale to peel the chest up. Then exhale, release, press it back, downward facing dog. Take one breath in and out. Next inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in and fold. Find chair pose. Sit deep into Utkatasana, so firm up your thighs, reach your arms overhead, and slide your shoulder blades down your back to bring a sense of lift to your heart. One big breath in. As you exhale, fold. Next is halfway lift. Inhale to lengthen. Then exhale, fold and step your left foot back into a low lunge. Wiggle front and back to open up your hips for a moment. Then spin your back heel down and rise into Warrior One pose. Give yourself some time and movement to settle into this pose. Waist up looks like mountain pose with relaxed shoulders. And waist down, the hips are squaring to the front of your mat and legs are firmly rooted. Find your strongest Warrior One and inhale. Then exhale, open up Warrior Two with one arm forward, the other back. Hopefully your hips had a big change between Warrior One and Warrior Two. Inhale to reverse warrior, reach your right arm high and stretch through your right arm, right side body. Then take both hands to the mat and step your right foot up and behind you to catch on your toes for Wild Thing. Lift your right hand off the mat, just pivot on your left foot to stretch from your left heel through your right hand. So your left leg is straight and your right knee is bent. Slowly plant your right hand down on the mat and pull your right knee to your chest. Then shoot your right leg out your left side, landing on the knife edge of your foot for fallen triangle. Reach your left hand high. And it's okay to feel a little confused. You'll catch on fast. So from here, plant your left hand down, pull your right knee to your chest and hold for one breath in. As you breathe out, shoot your right leg back and take a traditional chaturanga high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, step your feet to touch at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit deep. Exhale, fold. One more halfway lift. Then fold and step your right foot back and wiggle around in a low lunge. Then spin your back heel down and set up Warrior One. Inhale to rise. Take your time to find a powerful and grounded Warrior One. Rotate your hips so your left hip pushes back and your right hip pushes forward. On your next exhale, open up to Warrior Two with soft shoulders but strong arms. Keep your legs as they are, and inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up. Lengthen and reach through your left side body. Then bring both hands to the mat for your flip flow. Step your left foot up and behind for Wild Thing. Reach through your left arm and open through your chest, just pivoting on your back heel. Full breath in, and exhale to transition. Place your left hand down, pull your left knee to your chest, then shoot your left foot out the right side, and inhale as you reach your right hand high for Fallen Triangle. Keep your hips lifting up as well. Full breath in, then exhale, transition. Right hand down, pull your knee back to your chest, hold for one inhale. Chaturanga, exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift out of your shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Let's do that one breath, one movement. Next inhale, look up and bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit deep. As you exhale, fold. One more halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold and step your left foot back for Warrior One. Inhale to rise. Exhale, open Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step your right foot up and behind for Wild Thing. Inhale to open and reach. Exhale, plant your right hand down, pull your knee to your chest, then shoot it out the left side. Inhale, Fallen Triangle. Left hand lifts. Exhale, plant your left hand down, pull your knee to your chest, and hold as you inhale. Then Chaturanga, exhale. Vinyasa through to Downward Facing Dog to take the left side. Next inhale, look up. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, and forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit deep. Forward fold. One more halfway lift, full breath in. Then exhale, fold and step your right foot back for Warrior One. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open Warrior Two. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, both hands to the mat, step your left foot up and behind for Wild Thing. Inhale to open and reach. Then exhale, transition. Plant the left hand down, pull your knee to your chest, shoot out the right side for Fallen Triangle. Inhale to reach the right hand up. Exhale, plant the right hand down, pull your knee to your chest and hold. Then Chaturanga. Vinyasa through to your Downward Facing Dog, and feel free to take a break or go through one more time with me. One breath, one movement, less cues. Inhale, look up. Exhale, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back. Warrior 1. Inhale. Warrior 2. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step your right foot up and back for wild thing. Inhale to open. Exhale, transition. Inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale, transition. Hold for 1 breath in, then chaturanga. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Take 1 breath in and out. Inhale, look up, top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, fold. 1 more halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, step your right foot back for warrior 1. Inhale to rise. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Then take both hands to the mat for wild thing. Inhale to open and reach. Exhale, transition. Fallen triangle as you breathe in. Breathe out to transition. Hold for 1 inhale, then chaturanga. Vinyasa through to downward facing dog and take a couple of deep breaths. Good job, you guys. And it's totally normal to feel a little frustrated, especially when there's a brand new complex flow, but just remember, it gets easier with practice because you get stronger. From down dog, drop down to your knees and reach your arms forward while melting your chest to the mat for puppy dog pose. Your hips should stay over your knees and you'll feel a big opening through your shoulders and chest. Maintain a slow and controlled breath and let your forehead rest on the mat. For a bigger opening through your arms and triceps, walk your hands together, interlace all of your fingers except for your pointer fingers. Pinch your elbows into the sides of your head and then bend your elbows to bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. Relax the muscles in your face and neck and hold for a couple more deep breaths. Gently release and slide your hips back into a traditional child's pose with your arms by your sides and your palms facing up. Allow all the muscles along your spine to relax. Slowly rise to stand on your knees and take your hands to your hips or lower back to set up for camel pose. Tuck your tailbone under so your hips press forward. Roll the shoulders back and inhale to look up, lift your chest up. As you exhale, slowly melt your shoulders and gaze back and continue to press your hips forward. Find the place that supports your practice today and keep your breath deep and controlled. Mindfully release and take a seat on your knees and heels. Close your eyes and breathe some calm into the body. Blink your eyes open and come forward into tabletop to set up half pigeon. Place your right knee past your right wrist and find the shin placement that allows your weight to be even above your hips. Then lower and surrender to this huge stretch for a couple deep breaths. Start walking your hands back up and curl your back toes under. Lift up into a 3-legged down dog with your right leg in the air. Then bend your right knee, open your hips, and slowly catch yourself in flip dog with both knees bent. Lift and open through your hips and heart and reach your right arm for the top of your mat. Mindfully come back to downward facing dog, then drop down to the knees to take half pigeon with your left leg. Left knee to your left wrist. Find the shin placement that is similar to the other side, but still balanced and even on your hips. Then lower and surrender for a few of your deepest and slowest breaths. Start making your way back up and into your 3-legged downward facing dog with your left leg in the air. If you did on the other side, bend your left knee, open your hips, and catch yourself in flip dog. Breathe deep, even when you're upside down. Now come back to down dog and pedal out your legs and hips. Then step your feet all the way through your hands to take a seat on your mat with your legs extending out in front of you for a seated forward fold. Give a tiny bend in the knees and walk your hips side to side to tilt your pelvis forward. Then with your toes flexing back towards your face, inhale to reach your arms overhead and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold over your legs and allow the spine to round naturally. Breathe so deep that your inhales draw your heart towards your toes, and your exhales allow you to fold and round over your legs. Come back up and lie down on your back for bridge, then full wheel pose. First bridge. Bring your heels close enough to your hips that your fingers can touch them. Make your legs hip distance so they're parallel coming out of your hips. Tilt your tailbone up and lift your hips and spine off the mat. Imagine you are pushing the mat away with your feet, so energize your legs. Add a chest expansion by interlacing your fingers underneath, then root your forearms and pinkies into the mat to lift a little higher through the chest. Breathe into your belly. Release your hands first, then slowly lower your spine and hips back down to the mat and let your knees fall open for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take one hand to your heart, the other to your belly, and give a moment for your lower back to reset. For the next pose, you can follow along with me to do full wheel, or if you'd like, you can modify by trying bridge pose again. Wheels, pull your knees back to hip distance, feet flat on the mat like you are setting up for bridge. Place your hands next to your ears so your fingers point down to your feet. On an inhale, lift up to the crown of your head only, get your bearings. Then as you exhale, slowly straighten your arms and legs as you lift up the rest of the way. And make sure you can maintain a calm and deep breath, even here. Try not to push yourself. Just explore the posture and your body within it. Then when you're ready, slowly lower back down to the crown of your head, then all the way back down and take Supta Baddha Konasana again. Knees open, relax your inner thighs. Pull your knees back together and bring your right knee to your chest. Extend your left leg long for half wind pose. Pull just enough on your right knee that you can feel your lower back lengthen and stretch. Nothing too intense here. Then reach your right arm straight out from your side and pull your knee across your body for a deep lower back twist. Breathe into the stretch that you feel. Come back to center and pull both knees in. Wiggle around a little on your lower back and then switch legs. Extend your right leg long, pull your left knee in for your gentle lower back stretch. Then reach your left arm straight out from your side and pull your knee across the body for a deep lower back stretch. Come back to center and pull both knees in for full wind pose. With a gentle pull on your legs, stretch out your lower back and feel free to add any of your own variations of movement or other postures like happy baby or legs up the wall, anything you'd like before we completely release in final Shavasana. When you're ready, extend your legs and arms out long. Close your eyes and completely relax from head to toe. Bring an awareness back to your breath and take in the deepest inhale of your day with a matching exhale. Stretch and flex through your fingers and toes. Then pull your knees in and roll over to one side and press up to a seated position. Back bends are tricky. If your back is feeling a little achy after your full wheel, just try twisting side to side here a couple of times. Come back to center and bring your hands together at heart center. There is a piece inside of every human which is the same. No matter how different we might be in our practices, our lives, and our egos, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. If you like these 30-minute yoga practices, check out my playlist where I collect all of my 20 to 30-minute yoga videos. Leave your comments down below, click the thumbs up, and share to spread the love. Have a good day.